Probably.
My fucking phone is shitty.
Facebook is very nice.
Wait, what?
Ow.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Nothing But 20s, episode 6. Sorry, very, very sorry for this morning. We were meant to be live 42 minutes ago, but the usual streaming service that we use through Gamecaster shut down, not to our knowledge until this morning when we tried to open it up. So this is our current stream setup. We'll try and fix this for next week, but I think it looks not too bad considering I've been stressing over it all morning. So we'll do our intro theme song and then we'll get into the session.
Fuck, take my hat off. Nah, I'd put it back on.
Yeah, alright.
Got the eye of Sauron on my forehead, bro.
I'll mute.
Run the risk, roll your dice, defy the odds, don't think twice. As a new day dawns over the tides, your destiny begins to rise, to carry you far from your homestead. The world is wider than you knew, growing ever greater in your view. Are you prepared to face the challenge ahead? Drawing near, a whispering fear. With the darkness crawling close, can you tell friends apart from foes? Each trial you overcome will make you strong. The choice is yours alone to make, a chance to change the winds of fate. Will you withdraw or will you carry on? The hopeful skies gray before your eyes, shadows surrounding, a black roaring threat to shroud all you love in night. Your allies stand together by your side. Can you save what you hold dear? Will you be the light?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kai Brielle, for that. We'll get into our normal introduction now that we're finally up and running.
So, you guys come here often?
No. Shut your face.
I'm gonna punch you.
While there's time, check out our
Twitter.
other
and our
pages.
TikTok.
Yes.
And our OnlyFans.
Just don't listen to the podcast. Just scroll our Twitter and follow.
Our OnlyFans is exclusively pictures of Jack's feet from the undercam table.
Yo, that is actually a good marketing strategy.
I've been,
Nervously adjust underwear.
I've
secretly
been wearing socks.
The socks stay on. Okay, so disclaimer. This show is recommended for mature audiences and contains, but not limited to, swearing, violence, gore, and sexual references. If the aforementioned content is likely to offend, we advise you to stop listening to this podcast. All accents, locations, and characters are not based on real people or cultures, and all similarities are completely happenstance.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, I know.
And as always, we are using Michael Gelfi for our background tracks. If you want more info on what they do, check out the description below our YouTube, because this will be on our YouTube as well as our Twitch. And as well as Kylie Brielle. Kylie Brielle did our theme song, so massive thanks to her. And also will be in the description for the YouTube video. And I'm not going to shout out Timmy from Streamlabs. What is it? Sticker Obsessions.
Yes, you.
Nah, I will shout out Timmy. We're not using your computer today, but he did help us start up. So
Timmy.
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 So thank you, Timmy, for helping us through that. I'm a little bit flustered.
That's all right. Have a drink. You'll get there.
Oh, who sorted out my dice?
Me.
Pretty, hey?
But you can put them back.
No, I like it.
I've had my addiction and hyperfixation.
I can choose. All right.
You choose to start the podcast? Like,
It's not a very big opening today, but
pause.
recap of previous episode. Last episode, we saw our party prepare for their adventure ahead. They had decided to travel with Tej, the lunar elf, to the great forest Restov for Ino, or the lonely wildwood in the common tongue. The party tended to the deceased around the town with the survivors of Trader's Cove and hunkered down for the night before setting off. When they set off in the morning, after some not-so-savoury dreams, the party was feeling relatively optimistic, eager to chase down the people that ravaged their town. Next stop, the lonely wildwood, where they would hopefully be able to ask the elves for some aid. Now, for the day and time, it is now currently 0700 on the 24th
Oh, it's the 24th now.
of Thermo. Cycle 1028 of the first age. So this is roughly 22 days of travel.
Oh, so we there.
You're basically there. You're a day, probably just a little bit over a day away.
Right.
Yeah, so over this time that you've been traveling, you've noticed that the days have slowly but progressively gotten a little bit longer. Days have started getting a little bit hotter. You find that you almost need to have a break now during the midday sun due to the heat. A lot of breaks for water. You actually get up a little bit earlier now and you travel and then have a break during sort of like the middle hot hours of the day, and then you sort of travel a little bit after dusk as well, which for those of you that have night vision, as well as the lunar elf Tej, not a problem.
Why you look at me?
For the rest of you, I mean, it's not too bothersome. You are able to make torches and that sort of stuff relatively easy from the trees and vegetation stuff around you. The training that you do every morning and every night has certainly paid off. And as I said last session, you all gain proficiency in a weapon of your choice, which should hopefully help you guys out in future combat situations. In terms of the knowledge that you've gained, very basic conversational knowledge that you've learnt about mainly Lunar Elf Society, but sort of elves in general. What you may sort of expect when you go to the forest, but unless you want to ask more in-depth questions. Oh, can you just chuck on the fan, bro?
You.
Unless you want to ask more in-depth questions, which we will get into soon, that's sort of all you know. You don't really know much more in terms of the old tongue, but most elves speak common tongue anyway, so it's not really going to be a problem. What else? Yeah, I guess that's it. So, starting off, we'll go from left to right. Well, my left to your right. Character introductions. So just to paint you a picture of where you guys are at the moment, you've already gotten up, you've already done your training for the day, you're already on the move. The current landscape is relatively open grassland. You often see a pod of kangaroos hopping in the distance. You do notice far to the north, faint smoke in the distance. Not in the direction that you're traveling. The weather currently...
Oh yeah, I was going to ask about the weather.
Bushfires.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ.
The weather currently is probably it's warm. With a little bit of exercise, you're probably starting to sweat. There's slight wispy cloud cover very high up, but other than that, the sun looks like it's shining through quite nicely.
It's La Nina season.
There's a few trees around. There's no sort of like wooded areas. It's quite barren, but there is quite a bit of grass.
Isn't La Nina the wet season?
Actually, no, yeah, it's El Nino. Yeah, you got a point. Yeah. Thank you for the education there.
And yeah, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, my name is Alex. I play Ender Drasic, the most basic human you have ever met within a campaign. As of now, Ender is, description-wise, he's just very exhausted. He's been traveling for 20 plus days. And at this point, he's still fixated on rescuing, obviously, Isra and the gang, but it's like slowly fading away from him. He's like slowly forgetting things. Obviously, it could be from the heat, could be from anything as of this stage. But Tej and the gang are keeping him sane at this stage. He's never really been far from home, so he's feeling a bit homesick. As of now, Ender's just, really not in the right mindset. He's just really keen to get to his destination. His clothes are slowly beginning to just become damaged, so no longer pristine or in good condition. Obviously, we're traveling 22 days. Clothes will slowly degrade over time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as of now, character description, wearing pretty much everything what he was wearing previously. Boots-wise, the boots that he actually had have begun to tore, so he's begun to wrap it around with any hemp or anything that he could use. Apart from that, he is actually... No, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my character description for today. Nice and simple. So pass it over to Jack.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Jack. I play Zyor Agrotis, a 6'9", now 230 pounds of pure muscle, because, a bit of the cardio is wearing off on me. He's a Leonin, white fur, who's got a 3-claw scratch across his chest and a 1-claw scratch across his eye. He's wearing his usual hide pants. He's got his webbing on. He's feeling a bit chipper. He likes the early morning starts, likes to break in the day. His goatee and half of his beard's grown out. It's looking like a half Cameron, just with hair on the head. And yeah, bro's just chilling. He's just keen to get there, get on his duty, and hopes to see some cool-ass villages. It's always been a dream of his. But yeah.
Hey, I'm Mitch and I play Oscar Weaving, our human bard, with his pale cherry red hair currently tied back into a loose, sort of like man bun. He's starting to sport a bit of a beard, the wispy little moustache, but it's not quite Daniel's level, it's a bit thicker. But
we're all roasting each other today.
But it's also a darker shade of red, but still red nonetheless. He is currently sporting sore knuckles from the training session earlier, where Tej was able to get a nice clean whack on the hand. He is wearing his white shirt, which is a bit dirtier after a fall in the mud a few days ago. It's also got a couple of rips and tears, but nothing too drastic. His pants have a tear where they were caught in the shrubs while seeking firewood the other night. A bit of bougainvillea snagged it. A bit of a tear down the left side. I touched my right leg, but we'll ignore that. And yeah, he's got sore feet, few blisters on his boots from the 20 plus days of travel. He did not pick the right shoes for this journey. It goes to show his naivety. But he's looking forward to seeing what will be the Elvish civilization, because the one thing on Oscar's mind is he wants one of those garbs. He wants one of the moon elf garbs that he saw in the tavern. It would just look good on him. That's why he wants it.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I play Matthias Turilius Septimus Yassi Al-Jabbar, the feral tiefling artificer of the group. Matthias is currently obviously exhausted from all these walks. He's coming off the tail end of really bad chafe, so he's currently without pants, just an apron. What? Said what I said. And to battle the blisters on his feet, all the small animals and birds he has been shooting, he has stuffed the fur and feathers in his shoes to counteract the blistering. Nothing much to say about Matthias. He's just fucking naked from the waist down, apron on the front.
Hanging brain.
Does he have a tail?
Roger.
Actually, yes, he has a tail. He's a tiefling. It's a good tail. Someone tell me what it looks like. And he's taking pointers off Oscar, tying his hair back. Not very well, but he's attempted to tie his hair back as it is more frazzled and has grown longer.
It's like Cameron trying to tie his hair up.
You get a toilet plunger.
Gotta give something for the lads to hold on to.
Oh, goodness.
Pull my hair, wait.
Stop. You make me blush.
Do you reckon dwarves will be like, pull my beard?
I would
Or is it
imagine
sacred?
so. I would imagine so. Not the beard. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're traveling. Matthias is half naked.
You're just thinking about it.
His smooth, non-sun-kissed buttocks shining in the sun.
Please tell me you're leading the way.
Yeah.
Tej is in front, and he's not really like very far in front of you, but sort of like walking to the side and to the front. He's still leading, but sort of by himself. Over the course of the last 20 or so days, you've kind of come to realize that Tej is slightly a bit of an airhead. He definitely isn't super confident in a lot of things. He's very calm, very mellow. He does put your mind at ease. You do feel safe around him, but he doesn't really know a hell of a lot. You notice that a lot of his passions have come from sort of being with nature, and so in terms of the people, he's not got the greatest social skills. But he's very fun to be around. He's very light-hearted. He doesn't take a lot of things seriously, and I guess for most of you, I guess he would be somewhat considered a good friend by the end of this journey.
Fuck yeah.
Again, like I said, it's pretty open grassland here. There's fire to the north. Tej doesn't seem too worried about it. It's quite a distance off. And yeah, I guess up to you guys now on what you want to do.
It's the second time he's mentioned the fire, so anything?
Can I sniff the air? Well, obviously I sniff the air. I can smell. I'm breathing. But do I pick up the scent of bushfire?
Nah, it's just way too far away.
Okay.
Again, it's like almost like over the horizon. It's quite far away.
Does it seem like a large scale fire or just like a small pummel of smoke? I don't know if that's the right word. Small plume of smoke.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, right. Here we go. Shit.
While he's rolling, where did we come from? Which direction are we heading?
Trader's Cove.
No
Sorry.
shit. Which direction are we heading?
So you're heading currently. You've been a relatively straight heading since Trader's Cove. You're heading southwest.
Okay.
Almost southwest.
Okay.
If you imagine it from an Australian map,
We're going to Adelaide.
You're basically heading from Sydney to
Adelaide.
Melbourne.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What'd you roll?
I rolled an 8.
An 8. Hard to say. I mean, it could be a few miles away, or it could be 30 miles away. The actual size of it escapes you. It doesn't look alarming. It doesn't look close, and probably no immediate threat.
I guess I'll just say like it grabs my attention. I go to Tej and I'm like, "Hey Tej, what do you think that like fire is? We've gone past a few, and that one looks a little bit different to what we've seen before. Do you?"
He sort of he looks absent-minded in thought, and he sort of looks towards you and says, could be anything this time of year. The heat, sometimes, the foliage on the ground lights on fire. Could be the plainsmen coming for a out-of-way raid. Could be many things. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
So there's nothing that direction that you're aware of?
In that direction, sort of looks towards the sun.
I'm like, you do know where we are, right?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Can I roll? I really want to see if he's telling the truth.
Roll a check.
It's
I'm
actually
gonna
a 5
roll
day
a check.
Yeah, roll a check.
We've just been doing zigzags around.
I'm
the
gonna
bush.
walk up to
What was it? It was like what was the check? It was a insight.
That one.
Okay. I was like, fuck, what's it called?
Someone woke up the giant cassowary in the background.
Yeah.
That is a 14.
A 14. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's telling the truth. He's confident in his answer.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess from this point on, how close are we?
From the Great Forest?
Yeah.
He sort of walks over to a shrubbery. He sort of kneels down next to it and sort of like touches the leaves a little bit, and he says,
What are
we'll probably reach there mid-morning tomorrow.
Are you talking to the leaves again?
I'm not talking to
I'm
them,
trying to
just getting the
understand that
feeling.
concept. So I don't know how you do it.
They don't speak.
For 20 days we've been on this trip. I don't know how you speak to them.
They don't speak. They give out vibes.
They give out vibes.
Okay, it's the
It's just
vibe.
a
Vibe check.
Yeah, let me
Hit
just
check.
vibe check this oak real quick.
Yeah, no, we should be there by about mid-morning tomorrow.
Okay, well, okay, no, that's fine. It's just really hot. I'm just really exhausted after this long trip. I need it.
We'll break for lunch soon.
Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know what I'm cooking today. I've been cooking for the past 20 days, and kangaroo has been the only thing we've been eating. I really want to have something else besides
I've been
that.
trying to get you onto the vegetarian diet.
No, yeah, I can't. I need meat.
Pause.
Well, we'll have to talk about that. Actually, I'll have to talk about that when we break for lunch. But
What do you mean break for lunch? Why do we have to talk about it?
well, we have to talk about something. I didn't let all of you guys. I failed to mention one thing about Elven society, but we will talk about that soon.
Okay.
Especially the wood elves. Especially the wood elves.
I walk up to Zior after hearing that, and I go, "Do they not eat meat? Do they not eat meat?"
I remember him talking about, he doesn't eat meat. I just thought it was him. Maybe
They
they.
eat fish?
God, they'd have to, right? Like, what else are you gonna?
Are they rivers? They'd have to be waterways in a forest, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise, how do-
yeah. There's gonna be bear meat in the forest, but like, you can't get big and strong with leaves.
Do you reckon they have a troll in this forest?
They eat trolls.
Maybe they eat trolls. Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
I'm kind of upset that we never saw the troll coming.
I'm not.
I thought we would have seen it on our way here, but
Man, I am not.
maybe it is just a story, just to scare kids.
Sounds like you're railroading, Mitchum.
What's a railroad?
So it's this thing, right, where you put these. I'm not an engineer, but
No, you're right. Matthias, what's a railroad?
Shit, I'll work on it, man. Okay.
It's like halfway through building a steam.
Where are your pants?
Oh, bro, I had the meanest shave for the past 2 days. I just had to get rid of them.
Oh man, I know what you mean. Like
I've got that like cowboy gait going on.
my
I
feet.
know those ones. After a day at the beach.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep.
I just go, yeah, I know what you mean. My shoes, they're killing me. My boots, these boots were not made for 20 plus days of walking. They were made for like a couple of hours of walking and like doing a shift at night and then taking them off. But this,
Ooh, actually, I've got something for that. Hold on. I'm gonna ruffle through my bag and all the proficiency training in this crossbow. Has that left me with extra fur and feathers, would you say?
I'd say you'd have a few. I mean, you've probably been quite busy at it, and unlike everyone else,
I wouldn't say in the skill of skinning an animal, more
Yeah.
of just riffing tufts off and
I
stuff.
mean, you'd have some spear if you wanted to have some spear.
Yeah. So I shuffle through my bag and rip out a handful of fluff from a possum.
oh, that's soft. I take it.
Put this in your shoes. Trust me, you'll love it.
No possums protected here, mate.
I gotta say, possum fur is soft. Not the American ones. I don't know what they feel like, but the Australian ones, soft.
Well, in New Zealand, they're considered pests, and we sell their skin and their fur to people who make bags.
you guys have possums over there? Damn.
They came from Australia.
That makes sense.
You guys have animals over there?
Hey, didn't you guys get like spiders from us?
I think a few of our spiders come from you as well.
Yeah.
I think they've started getting huntsmans in Auckland now.
That's
Oh, yeah.
excellent.
Makes sense.
Huntsman's
Swear it's too cold for spiders. That's
I got-
fucked up, man.
I got 2 huntsmans in my bathroom at the moment. But anyway, back on topic. So, yeah, I take the possum fluff and I curl it, put it into my boots where my heel is, slip them in, and then I go, wait. So then I lay it out, and now I've got possum fur soles in my boots.
Okay.
Soft.
Right. I'm a fucking genius.
This is a great idea. Have you considered making possum fur soles?
You would not believe how many possibilities I thought about this.
What about possum fur
Possibilities.
Possibilities. You get inspiration.
I get DM inspiration.
Yeah, no, I reckon we can't be too far away. I heard him say like we get there mid-morning tomorrow. Are you excited?
Honestly, I haven't been counting. I'm kind of over it.
Do you reckon they're
I'm
gonna let us
done. My balls hurt. Kind of sick of this shit.
You blue balling.
Bro's in his assless chat.
Bro's been edging the whole.
Man, I reckon we can get there before the next day.
I'd say race you, but my feet hurt.
Bro, I can run on all fours. You ain't racing shit.
Yeah, well, I'm still the quickest here.
Yeah. Still something to be fucking proud of.
Ender's not even competing. He's like got the water ski. He's pouring it on his head. He's just like, I'm fucking done.
I'm just saying it. You know, historically speaking, I've won the most races, and this doesn't look like sand, so I'll win.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I won the most fights.
No, that was Io.
No.
That's 100% Zio.
No, between you and me.
Let him dream.
We haven't fought.
Let him
During
dream.
this, what do you mean we haven't fought? We had literally like little fights during this trip.
No, we didn't.
There have
Yes, we
been
did.
several verbal
Tej
arguments.
has
Over this time that you guys have been training, like it has gone to the point where you have started sparring against each other.
That's what I mean.
Fight. That was just play. That was an instruction as I taught you how to use your sword.
Says the one that literally fell over a rock.
Yeah, that rock was my biggest
Had it
enemy.
coming.
But that's the point. The point is the rock took me down. It wasn't you.
You know what? I'm gonna grab the rock that I've actually kept with me, and I'll be like, Tej, what does the rock think?
I've told you this before.
Tej,
I can't
what Tej?
talk to rocks.
Do the vibe
What-
check on the rock.
Do the vibe check on the rock. Who won that fight?
He's sort of like,
So you are talking to the animals and plants.
no, it's not. It's communication. I've told you this.
But again,
Are you a-
who won the fight?
Are they good listeners?
Dwayne Johnson comes out. Guys,
I kind of go like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. The Rock knows what's best. Let's not argue. I feel like we just need to get to where we're going because I think we just need a break from everything. We need to relax. I need a bath. I am dirty. Your shoes are torn apart. I don't know how they're still intact.
Yeah, look, they're like I said, these boots were not made for walking. 20 plus days straight.
I knew it was coming.
Oh yeah, it was coming. I was waiting
Because I
for
was
it.
going to say it. Cool. As the day progresses on, the heat starts getting more and more intense. It's quite humid. At around 10:30, 11 o'clock, you guys break for lunch under a nice little eucalyptus patch. So not incredibly shady, but enough to sort of keep the midday sun off you.
It's a pretty dangerous spot.
It is a dangerous spot, so you probably don't want to be sitting underneath any big limbs. What are they called? They're called like widows.
Widowmakers.
Yeah.
Widowmakers.
Right. Widowmakers. Fucking. Anyway,
I suggest Oscar and scraps on. Like, do another final spar before we get there tomorrow. Figure out who's won this trip.
The be all end all.
The one who's won this trip is Matthias because he hasn't had to do this. Mr. Oh, I stand back at a distance. Fighting's not my thing.
Oh, hang the fuck
Fighting's
on.
not my thing.
It's just smart tactics. I'm not built for fighting.
Neither.
Built for making other shit fight for me.
What are you like a
I got tools for the job.
like a
You
fight
guys are
champ?
my tools for the fighting.
Wait, what do you mean we're
You
your?
just call us a tool.
Yeah, he called you.
On
Did you just
your
call us a
feet.
tool?
That means that we're useful.
I said what I said.
On
I don't
your
think that-
feet.
I have a different interpretation of being.
Tools are useful. if you don't have tools, you can't do anything, right? You just sit there hopeless.
Yeah,
So
but then he
we're
can.
Useful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matthias.
So we're not even. You call us tools, but not your friends.
I staunch Matthias. Up.
Oh man, I'm
Up.
good. Like
Just up. Get up.
it's lunch. What do you mean? I'm sitting down for
One
lunch.
last chance.
Last chance for what?
Stand up.
Oh no, I'm good.
Right. Grab the scruff of his collar.
Okay.
Pull him to his feet. Assless chaps jiggle.
It's really not a tough feat. I'm a very light boy.
I stare him down in the face. So menacingly.
Tej from behind you says,
Pause.
"You know what? I have been making this for such an occasion," and he hands over a couple of bolts that have blunt ends on them
With blunt ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
for the crossbow,
Yeah.
so you can fight without piercing somebody's flesh.
Oh no.
Okay. Realistically, would that work, or would it fight
Yeah.
hard enough
I mean-
to still hurt someone?
I mean, it would hurt.
Yeah, but
Still probably leave a bruise.
Bludgeoning damage, man. It'd be like rubber bullets.
Okay.
Yeah.
right.
I'm
Please.
kidding
How,
you.
how many bolts?
2. But they're sort of like, they're not exactly, it's not like you've just ripped off the metal end. It's like it kind of like ends in a, you know, like the things that stick to the windows? It kind of like, like a,
Just imagine Zion just.
it's not exactly like that, but like, you know, like made out of wood.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a little bit of like a flatter, wider end.
so
I mean,
you get hit and it'll hurt.
over a distance, they're not very aerodynamic. So you'd like over a larger distance, you'd probably lose. You'd probably get disadvantage for accuracy. But for close range, they're pretty good.
Okay. I take him
shield.
and I'll just pack him in my pack. Just, while still getting held like this, just thank you. I'm just gonna stuff him down there. No intentions of fighting.
Okay.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I sit down next to Ender, and I say, two sil on Zio.
Right, I'll take that bet. I'll make that deal.
Uh,
You make that deal?
Oh, mate, they do that.
I
good deal.
Damn good.
I don't even say anything at this stage. I'm just like sick of everyone at this stage. I'm just like, I've had enough. We've been for 20 days here. I just stand up and I just kind of walk away and I go looking for food. Like, I'm just going to go hunting at this stage. I'm hungry.
I'm gathering.
Yeah, gather you pussy.
I'm going to get meat. I'm going to hunt kangaroos. I am not going to go gather.
Okay, all right, while you're doing that, just roll a survival check.
Oh, for fuck's sake, why?
As Ender leaves, I go, all right.
That should be a 19.
A 19. So while you sort of go off, it takes you about an hour-ish to venture off. But you manage to find, again, a small pod of roos that are also sheltering from the midday sun under a crop of trees. So you're more than welcome to do that. We'll come back to that
Yep.
in a little bit. But
Are we fighting?
Hey, that's up to you, man. I
Yeah.
have no intentions of fighting. I said what I said, and that's what I believe.
All right, I
It's not my
grab.
fault you have a short fuse.
I grab the wooden stick of a sword. Wait, we got those, right?
yeah, so over this time,
Yeah.
you would have probably managed to find some decent, like, sword-type sticks that have been slowly carved and shaped into sort of more blunt sword wooden type things.
Man's come with a vendetta.
So I mean, so it depends on what you preferred to wield. You could either have a sort of slightly curved scimitar type stick, much the same as like the lunar elves, or you can have sort of like more of a long sword type.
A longsword.
Okay.
Grab
Just
the first one.
just to make it. Nah. Gotta go longsword. Gotta go longsword. All right. So I'm gonna pick up my longsword stick and my shield, and ready a position.
I'm just gonna stand there and be like, "Why? What do you want from me, man?" Like I said what I said.
We got to spar. I haven't sparred you yet. I'm
Shit.
excited.
All right, fine, whatever.
All right. Stand up.
Just because you're obviously bigger and stronger than me, can I have like an advantage? Can I preload? Like,
You should.
You can have
should
one in the
that
chamber.
preloaded.
Yeah, it's
Why would I have it preloaded? That's dangerous. Shit flies off. Like on the third day, I just lost a bolt. I had it on my back and it was gone. So now I don't preload.
All right, you can preload one. Yeah, go ahead.
So
So you shot your load.
I shot my load early.
did shoot
Early
your
into this journey, I lost a
It
load,
affects more men than you think.
and I
Up to 20%.
It literally 1 in 5.
I am going to, in the eyes of old Sebastian, I'm going to do a little sneaky one and preload. And as I'm turning to get this dual position, I'm going to sneak shot.
Well,
Block shot at him.
as I said before, I was at a ready position, shield raised. But yes, go on. Shoot me.
shoots me.
Yeah, okay. It was stipulated before, so I will say you won't get advantage on it, but you will be able to make an attack.
Okay.
Do crossbows take a turn to load?
Yep.
Yeah.
Heavy crossbows or light crossbows?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them have anything with loading.
Unless you
takes a
get the
turn.
crossbow feat,
Yeah.
which allows you to
They take
ignore
a
that.
turn. Did you get?
Oh, 14 to hit.
A 14 to hit. Is that enough?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Roll
My
your
deck's
damage.
ass.
Oh, right. I haven't got this far.
Just roll
you
a
wearing armor?
D4 bludgeoning.
Ooh,
Plus
light
whatever
armor.
your dex is.
I got a
So you're on 13.
Yeah.
I got 3
You
damage.
take 3 bludgeoning damage. So as fucking old mate munching on a.
I'm sorry, I'm hungry. I'm trying not to make noise.
So as you, oh yeah, happy Easter everybody, I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
I suppose.
I mean, or not, like just bad Easter, I guess. So as you watch Matthias walk away, you can see him loading a bolt. He sort of asks you, he's like, "Am I allowed to preload?" And you sort of like, "Yeah, I guess." And before you know it, he quickly spins around and sort of like hip fires and shoots a bolt as it sort of like streaks straight through, right past your shield and smacks you straight into the middle of the forehead. It is enough to sort of like knock your head back. But luckily all the fur and that sort of stuff sort of prevents any splitting of skin where it probably would on a regular human. It's definitely enough to piss you off. It's bad enough that it's kind of like when you hit your pinky on the corner of a desk or something like that. It's equivalent pain, but in
Right.
your head.
Yeah.
Are
But
we-
I go, ha! Told you. I'm just fucking. I'm a weapon of mass destruction. You're dead. I win this battle. Game over.
Not over yet. I'm still standing.
Well, I'm not here to kill you.
Well, I'm beg to differ. We're level 2 yet?
Yes.
Yes. So I'd cast Divine Smite. No,
I
I'll
can
play
see
it. No, I'll play it. I'm going to run up to him. He's like within.
Let's roll initiative.
Yes.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I got
It's only us, man. It's only us.
21.
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
Right. So I guess you get a turn to load your crossbow. What would you like to do in your turn?
Is that a bonus action to load my crossbow?
No, it's an action.
Okay, I run. I shoot him and I run as fast as I can.
Okay. So you can still move and load your crossbow.
Attack of opportunity.
And or you could use your action to dash instead of loading your crossbow.
I dash. Like, I run.
Okay.
Attack.
Obviously, I've
So
hit
you're
the biggest...
running 60 feet?
I'm running
Attack.
as fast as I can away from this motherfucker.
Okay.
Is there an
Actually,
attack
no,
of
no, no, no.
opportunity?
What
at
I'm
some
doing-
No,
point?
he's not in. He wasn't in your initial range of.
What I'm doing, I'm running towards where Ender went.
What the fuck?
Okay, so you're like running north-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen he's gone this way, and I'm just running that way.
I'm just picturing Captain Jack Sparrow.
Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna see
like-
Matthias running towards me. I'm gonna see Zio on all fours, just going at him.
So, is he? What's your walking speed?
It's 30 feet.
Yeah, 30.
He's running 60.
All right. So I'm also going to dash at 70 feet.
Jeez.
Damn.
Do you have a 35?
35.
Damn.
Are you within 10 feet now?
No, I was within 20 feet.
Yeah. 20 feet of my ass.
So you're just sprinting after him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I guess we go back to your turn.
Oh, shit. How close is he to me?
Gain 10 feet.
Yeah, 15 or 10 feet.
What you were?
Fuck. How far away is Ender?
Ender from you. Oh, he's probably like another
Fuck.
500 feet.
Suppose I keep running. I'm a dash again.
You gotta dash again.
Keep fucking running.
So,
Kitty's angry.
is he within 10 feet?
It's like one of those scared, laughing runs.
By the by the end of, if you want to dash, he will be within 10 feet of you.
Right. If someone's frightened, can they run away from you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What's
They're
the
not
one-
allowed to move towards you, actually.
What's the one? Is it like stunned? They can't fucking leave your sight. What's that
If you
one?
stun them, then they can't move.
Yeah, right. Okay. Fucking bitch. I'll just walk back. This guy's a fucking.
Yeah, I guess initiative.
Okay,
I was
cool.
expecting that to be a little bit more interesting, but I guess initiative.
Nah,
is
this
finished.
guy's a fucking.
Oscar's just rolled over laughing.
Tej is with you also laughing.
I'm
gonna-
on my back, losing my shit.
I'm gonna put my hand where you hit me in my chest.
On your head. Hit you on your
You
noggin.
hit my head? Oh my.
Yeah, it's like middle of your voice.
Right in the noggin.
Forehead shot.
Fuck, I should have shot you, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, you have a bow.
Pulls
Yeah,
out
but
a
it's got
sidearm.
lethal rounds. I'm not trying to like
mean-
clip him.
You're mad. So
Like worth it.
Nah. I'll put my hand on my forehead. Heal me.
Oh, it just keeps getting better and better. I love
You
it.
just casually lay on hands your forehead.
Yeah. Just
I was gonna cast a spell, Sanctuary, on myself. So before you hit me, I had to roll like a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So Tej would have seen that.
Yeah. Did you actually cast Lay on Hands?
yeah, just went. No,
No, he rubs it
Oh,
better.
wait. And it looks better.
Yeah, but you cast Lay on Hands.
Yeah. You can fuck around and find out, huh? This mage be geeking.
Do I get XP from that fight? Because I won.
I assume.
Because I won.
Damn.
I assume I don't know.
Unfortunately, Tej is too busy laughing, crying to notice.
Nice.
So,
Do I know that I can do that?
I mean, I guess at this point, I mean, you still, over this sort of period of time, you still haven't been using your powers accidentally enough to sort of like trigger what you think you're doing. The only person who sort of has any idea of what they could be up to is both Oscar and Matthias, who have previously already sort of noticed that things go kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
But for you, I guess it's kind of just like fuck, it doesn't actually hurt that much. And as you sort of rub it, you accidentally cast. But unfortunately, yeah, Tej doesn't know. Do you mind?
I know. I'm like thinking, bro, how much do you have to rev a fucking car?
Bro,
Nah,
this
it's
guy
cold
with
start,
his
bro.
car.
It's cold start.
I don't know if it's actually picking up, so hopefully not.
That one definitely is.
At least,
Thank you.
at least
Finally
he's
took it.
gone. Thank fucking
Thank
Christ.
you.
Suburbia.
Everyone knows car people. Anyway,
You gotta respect it though.
Yeah.
Nah.
You gotta
especially not at like 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
But it's like 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
But it's
Saturday.
like 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, okay, so
It's been 22 days on the road. Give me some slack.
with that, we'll cross over to you, Ender. So, after about an hour-ish, you managed to find a pod of kangaroo. Just roll an attack.
Just letting you know, I am using a spear.
Okay.
Which
Roll a stealth then.
yeah, because Tej made it for me.
Okay.
Thank you, Tej. That is a 19 plus 2, so 21.
21 stealth.
Fucking
is enough.
sneaky boy.
So you managed to stalk your way through the long grass, and as you approach, you're probably within 15 to 20 feet of your kangaroo pod. You may throw your spear.
You. So
I
that's
hate that they called a pod.
Pod. What is it actually called? What did I say it was called?
It is a
Pretty sure
pod.
it's a pod.
I think
It is a
I don't
pod.
think so.
Yeah,
That's
Pot of dolphins.
6 in total for
Pod
the
whales
Pot of
too.
whale.
6 in total for the damage, which obviously is 9 in total.
9 to hit.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, sorry to hit. I was
Yeah,
doing damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
Roll your hit. Roll your hit.
It's a court of kangaroos.
That is 16, so that
Yeah.
should hit. Yeah.
Yeah, so that hits.
And
roll your damage.
Heard.
It's a mob,
Three.
A mob.
court, a herd, or
6
a
damage.
group.
6 damage is enough. So as you throw your spear, you manage to clip one sort of through the side and straight into where the heart area would be. It quickly hops away, probably another 30 to 40 feet before it collapses on the ground. The rest of the roos very quickly scatter. But yes.
Oh, I instantly just go to the kangaroo. I take out the spear. And how far am I away from the camp?
100.
No, from here you've traveled about 45-ish minutes away from the camp, so you're quite a distance away, probably a mile or two.
Okay, and I left my backpack, so I only had my spear and my shield, so...
You probably have a knife on you.
Yeah, I do have a
you
knife,
do
but
have the knife that.
No, he denied it.
Oh, you did deny it.
I did deny it,
He's
so
the
that's
only one that
that's the
didn't
thing. So that's
You
what
have at least a pocket knife of some type on you.
I
You've
do
learned
have the
your lesson in the
I do have
past.
the butcher knife. The whole
Yeah.
hit on me, but
Oh, right, yeah.
Did
For
you
this-
take a straight knife from one of the raiders?
I did, but I left it at the bag. Yeah, so it's on the bag, but that's why I took the spear and the shield. I'm actually going to kind of like put the carcass on my shoulder, and I'm actually going to slowly carry it back. So, and then, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Just slowly carry the food back, and then I'm going to butcher it when I get back to camp.
So as you move back to the camp, you. yeah.
Intercepted by Matthias.
Isn't this the bannered mare?
No, it's the Valley of Sadok
Oh,
by Michael Galfi.
This sounds like Skyrim.
Would you like to actually
Sponsored,
intercept?
please.
Not to stop him, but more to hide behind him. Is
So-
he still coming?
So you're still running.
Oh, fucking no
Oh,
plan.
okay, right, okay.
Brother, this big lion's chasing me. What do you want me to do?
So after about 15 minutes of walking back, you notice Matthias just fucking full tilt sprinting at you.
oh God, what is it now?
that-
Is he in like complete fear, or is he just running to like
Yeah, no,
obviously-
he looks like he's running from something.
I-
It's very similar to the look that you saw when everybody saw the giant castle area.
Oh shit! I instantly drop the carcass and I pull out the spear and I put and like, do I see? Sorry, Zyle.
No.
Okay. I go. Matthias, what is it? What's
Ooh,
happening?
the big kitty's angry.
The big kitty. What? There's a big cat out here.
And as I turn and hide behind Ender, I go, Zyle's mad.
So I instantly flip the pointy stick to the blunt one and I prepare to throw the spear at him.
Oh, hey, he wanted to fight. and I won.
No.
It was his call.
He needs to learn his lesson. This has gone long enough. Do I see him yet to throw the spear?
Who's Zyle?
Bro.
Yeah.
No. Zyle's not chasing.
Oh, he's not chasing?
No.
Okay. I still stand in the position ready to throw. I'm like, is he coming or not?
God, I'd so take you both on.
I hope
Holy
he's not, because I've been running for a while, I'll be honest.
You know what? Since you're here, can you pick up the carcass?
Look, I'm pretty tired, man.
How about...
I'll help. Look, fine, I can help. I'm here
how
now.
about... Okay, you grab one leg, I grab the other, and we just pull it.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Because I'm sick of carrying this thing. It's 40 minutes back to camp. And you guys, I don't know what you're doing. You were playing with Zyle. What did you do to him? Tell me that before we head back to camp, just so I'm prepared for the shitstorm that's about to happen.
Honestly, I don't know where I went wrong. They wanted to spar. I said, no, I don't do that shit. I don't fight. And then Oscar asked me, what do I do? And I was like, I don't know. I use tools. And I said, you guys are my tools for things that I need. And then, he got angry and I shot him in the head.
Kill. For the life of me. All right.
I said no. He wouldn't take no for an answer. So he fucked around and found out.
Okay. No, that's fine. And in just anger, I just stabbed the carcass with the spear, just hit the ground, just like, "Ugh." Okay. We're going to go back. You're going to apologize. You're going to apologize to him nicely, say that you're sorry for shooting him or doing whatever you did, and then we're going to cut it because I've had enough. It's too much.
I don't see where went wrong, but in the sake
Obviously,
in the sake of keeping this walk nice and calm, because I'm pretty fucked up from running.
you are the most innocent
I'm gonna say
person
yes. Exactly.
out of all my friends, so that you must have done something that bad to piss someone off.
Yeah, probably.
I want to like hide in a tree.
He's
So-
a drop
Or,
cat.
or, or, hear me out. You did say it was quite barren. So how long is this grass we talking?
Like knee to waist height.
Oh,
Like your knee to waist height or like my knee to waist height?
Like my knee to waist height. So you're like shin to like mid thigh.
So I could lay flat.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to lay flat. Try and gauge where they're coming from.
All right.
I'm gonna be in there for a while.
Yeah, I know.
He's just sitting there for the whole 40 minutes. Just like, fuck. Is
So yeah, we're just gonna go walk back while I'm just continuously arguing to him, just like telling Matthias, "You need to stop this shit. It's getting way too."
It wasn't my fault. He wanted to fight. I said no, and I sorted him out.
But obviously, it wasn't a fair fight if he's chasing
It
you.
was fair. The fight is he declared the fight. I said yes. I shot the shit out of him. I won.
Okay, think
There's
about
no
it.
Ready, set, go.
Think about
real
it.
battle.
If you saw a 6'9" giant,
Yep. And if he if he was a threat, I'd shoot him, and then run away as well.
that's the concern. You ran away from him. He would have caught you by now, but you ran away. So you did something to piss him off.
Yeah, one. Dude's mad because he's like, all right, ready, set, go, let's fight. No, this shit doesn't happen ever.
Okay, so if I told him that you said ready, set, go, let's fight, will he say the same thing?
No, I didn't say that. That's the thing. He wants that. He wants a fair duel.
Okay, so what did you do? If it wasn't, was it fair duel? Was it a fair duel?
As far as I'm concerned, it is fair as fuck. This
Okay.
dude is 6'8", fucking built like a brick shit house, and look at me. I think it's fair as fuck. I should get a free shot.
So you took a free shot on him.
I asked, and they said yes.
So again, if I go back and I ask him that, did Matthias say, "Hey, can I have a free shot?" Will they say yes?
Yeah, something like that. Like, look, I've been
Do I have
running.
to roll insight into this bullshit?
I've been running for a while, and it's kind of like I'm pretty tired. I can't remember the exact conversation, but yeah, sure. Like that's kind of what happened.
I don't know what to say. I'm going to give him the silent treatment. No matter how much he talks, I'm just going to walk back, carry this fucking thing with him. I'm just so annoyed today. I'm just irritated.
Who's been edging?
So as you're heading back, I guess roll a perception check
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hang on.
and roll a stealth check.
Oh, I was gonna say while they were gone, I wanted to talk to Tej.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll just roll the.
Okay, so you want perception and...
No. Stealth for Zyle.
Are we doing? Because I'm a lion. Are we doing like an advantage in the wild type of bullshit?
No.
So no.
Do I have to roll even though I'm not actively looking for him? Like at the moment, I'm distracted.
Passive, otherwise.
I'm distracted in conversation.
Yeah, it'd just be whatever your passive perception
Okay,
is.
cool. Because 15.
15.
Yeah, sir.
What's your
Should
passive?
see my investigation.
My passive, I think it's like 12 or 13. I'm pretty shit. No, it's 11. I'm really
Okay,
bad.
What did you roll for your stealth?
I got an 11.
Okay. So we'll come back to that.
How many feet away is he when he sees me?
I'd probably say about 30 to 40 feet.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Do you have the observant feet?
I don't know. Oh,
I've been rolling good.
I
I'm
don't
quite
think
happy.
What would you like to talk to Tej about?
Ah, yes. So while looking at the Raider's saber that I've been using, that's what I've been using for most of the time. So that's what the weapon I chose to be proficient in. I look over at Tej and I say, "Hey, so over in the, I guess the Elvish.
I knew.
Hey, nah. Is there weapons similar to this that would be, less from the corpse of a murderer?
Yeah, well, it depends on which society you want to travel to, I guess. The Wood Elves don't usually wield swords. They're more spears and bows. The Lunar Elves do use swords, but although not often. The High Elves, sorry, not the High Elves, the Soul Elves, they use swords the most. Swords, shields, spears. And the Aqua Elves definitely don't touch them. It's kind of useless in the water.
Gotcha. And which one are we heading to?
So we will be heading to the Lunar Elven, the Mushroom Ring, but we have to hit the Outer Ring first, and obviously to get to that, and the Outer Ring is mainly inhabited by the Wood Elves.
Because I would very much like a sword that I didn't pinch from a corpse. Like I'd rather buy my own, so it's just mine, like made and then purchased by me.
We usually use currency.
Yeah. I was just wondering how I would go about, I guess, obtaining one for myself that I didn't.
I might know a guy. We generally don't produce things in excess. We sort of produce things as we need them, and unfortunately for us, we live quite a long time, so we don't need things very often. But I guess I can ask around for a few favors to see if I might be able to pick you up one.
That'd be good. And I say that last part, like thank you, in the ancient tongue, because it's like one of the 3 phrases I know.
Okay.
Which is thank you. Where's the bathroom? And delicious.
Delicious.
I will have to translate that because I'm not too sure what thank you is yet.
They're the only phrases I know off by heart.
I haven't invented it yet.
Well, it'd be something similar to like Angsit.
Ansit.
Yeah.
Ansit.
The
Mine
German-
is.
Can you spell that?
Mine is good morning. Where's the food, and how do I get to 7-Eleven?
I get to 7.
Actually, 7-Eleven.
And yeah, so after your sort of conversation there, so from about 30 to 40 feet out, you wouldn't be able to see Zyle in the grass, but you would be able to see sort of like as you're sort of standing atop the grass, you can sort of see a patch that's missing. Obviously, someone's like laying down in an area and flattened the grass in that area.
I pay no mind.
Yeah.
Not interested at this point. I've forgotten all about it.
Okay.
My mind is adrift.
Scoreboard.
So as he walks past you, what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? Go ape shit on a motherfucker. So I want to grapple immediately.
Okay, roll a strength check and roll a strength saving throw.
Oh my
I just
god.
imagine Matthias going like, it's good to be.
Yeah. I can picture Matthias just screaming and possibly passing out. Ooh, strong boy. 17.
What did you get?
This guy. 16.
You're 16. So, as you leap out of the grass to grapple with Matthias, your arms sort of go around him, and it's sort of like a split second where Matthias sort of is engaged in conversation.
Flail my arms.
Engaged in conversation as he sort of like notices you, and his eyes start going wide, and it's like slow motion as you're pouncing on him. And he just and starts sprinting again.
Oh fuck.
Nah, fuck it. I leave him. I gotta sit down.
You see a smoke trail as Matthias belts it across.
I count my losses.
I like a picture of Zyle standing there, and there's like that little gust of wind and a tumbleweed.
And you see it's like sweaty cheeks wobbling in the distance.
Yeah, because he's not wearing pants.
I totally forgot about that,
But he's crab running.
Yeah.
You
I don't run as far as last time. I
No.
learned to look back.
Okay.
And I turn back and come back to the encampment. Obviously sitting on the other side of Zyle.
Okay. I bet you're probably giving him the evils.
Every time I stand up, he's
That's 2 for flinching.
nah. I don't want to look at this guy.
Well, to me, I look at Zio. I'm like, perfect timing. If you want to play around, I drop the carcass and I leave it there. Carry it back to camp.
I
No,
say,
you're basically there.
Oh, for fuck. Yeah.
You're like 100 feet away.
right, stab
If
you
that.
speaking to me like that. Ain't a man speaking now to me.
I'm okay.
Stab me down.
Well, if we're that close to camp, I'm just going to put the carcass down. I'm going to start butchering it. Just start taking all the pieces of good meat.
All right.
And then cook it, eat it, and go to sleep for a bit.
I want.
I got a
While he's
headache.
cooking, I want to be that guy. Be like, yeah, just rare, bro. Just make sure you get a rare, bro.
You gonna
I'm,
flip
I'm,
that? You gonna flip that?
I'm literally doing it to medium. I don't give a
Oh,
shit
you
about
do the
it.
one flip method? Oh shit! It's like that. Oh yeah.
That's how it is.
And Ender doesn't even like double tap his tongs before he like flips the meat.
Yeah,
Do you
no.
even have tongs?
I got shit on my belt. I got a lot of things.
Oh
I just gotta
I'd
ask.
clean
The
that up
fucking
before you
stealth
cook.
checks that are come from Matthias'
Cling,
tool
cling,
belt and Ender's fucking chef
Did you
stealth.
have like triple disadvantage?
You're like Brock from Pokemon. You're just carrying all the equipment.
Yeah, it's all on the belt. But yeah, I literally just cook the meat. I don't even like prepare anything special. It's just the meat. I tell everyone,
meat.
eat it. Otherwise, get your own food, like vegetables or whatever you want.
I'm sitting next to where all the meat is.
I'm eating whatever stuff Tej is eating. But I'm
Tej-
also having some of the kangaroo meat.
Tej sort of is quite interesting. He never goes out of his way to gather anything. You have noticed over the last over the period that you've been traveling with him, sometimes he goes 2 to 3 days even without even eating. But he sort of, as he walks, he'll gather and sort of like eat while he walks, or he'll sort of pick up enough for maybe a bit more of a meal later on.
Has there been any macadamia nut trees that we've come
I
across?
thought you were gonna say, has there been a Macca's?
Yeah, just a quick stop by the drive-thru.
Golden arches. Riding your Casseroo through.
Golden arches. Oh.
Yeah, I would say you probably. I'm not too sure where they're native to, but fuck it. Yeah, you've probably come
This
across
is your world.
some macadamia trees on your way through.
Macadamia trees aren't really Australian.
I think they're trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're one of the trees I've picked them. We got one at home, actually.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't know that until the other week. Apparently, it's been there the whole time I've lived there.
Living there
since
for
2009.
Start mowing your lawn and shooting projectiles
Lived there
out.
for 14 years, and there's fucking macadamia nuts.
Do they have to be roasted in order to be edible?
Nope.
No, you can eat them raw.
Yeah.
You just gotta smack them though hard enough.
Yeah.
And break the shit open.
Yeah. I guess you probably would have come across. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I got pockets stuffed with macadamia nuts.
Oh god.
There goes your stealth check, just rattling a fucking.
No pocket dust. It's just pocket.
I have
pocket
Pocket
nuts.
nuts.
I have,
Pocket
a,
nut.
I have a coat that I'm currently not wearing because it's hot as fuck. But I have a coat that has 4 pockets, and 3 out of 4 are full of macadamia nuts.
Right. But yeah, so I mean, like, Tej probably has enough to share, but it's probably not enough for you for a full meal. So whether or not you like to go a little bit hungry or not doesn't really matter.
Or I eat whatever Ender cooks.
Okay. So after your feed, before you try and rest up during the midday sun, it's starting to get pretty hot now. It's sort of like that burning sun that you sort of get towards summer. It's starting to get pretty hot. You try and find whatever shade you can underneath the tree. You sort of use sticks to try and prop up maybe your sleeping mats, that sort of stuff. Try and pop them up just for any type of shelter. During this time, before you guys do try and rest up, Tej brings you in, and he sort of says, I know you guys like your meat. It's... Most lunar elves don't mind. We get out and about into the world. We can kind of accept that you butcher animals for food. We don't hold it against you. However, a couple of rules in the Great Forest that you should probably know about. it's kind of like a sanctuary for animals. All elves are vegetarian. We don't eat meat. We do utilize some animal parts every now and again when we have to. Dead animals, we usually utilize furs and skins to create clothes and other necessities.
So you don't eat the meat if the animal's dead?
No, we don't eat the meat. Generally, we
Isn't that a waste? Like if it's dead and you're already taking its skin, you might as well just eat the meat.
usually we find that the meat doesn't agree with our systems too well.
Hear me out. What if it's already dead and it agrees with our system and we eat it? Do we have to ask somebody? Or is it like, we're part of this life cycle now, so now we're going to eat this? I mean, if we share with the animals as well, like we take what we need, share with the animals, does that kind of count? It's an attempt.
I mean, maybe some elves would be okay with it.
Will they answer my questions if I ask them? Because I heard they don't like outsiders. I'm
The
an
lunar elves
outsider.
are fine. I'm a lunar elf. Most of us get out and about into the world at some point in our lives. We're a little bit more accepting of other people's cultures and needs. The wood elves, however, not so much. They're a bit more playing by the rules. They generally aren't big fans of the other races of Siadarin. So I would just ask, maybe not.
Okay. Because I just don't want to like walk past a body and then they expect me to be part of its life cycle.
The wood all elves very much treasure life. The wood elves, however, see the animals of the forest as more closer to their kin than to animals per se. So yeah, there will be no eating of meat. I'll ask you to discard meat before we get into the forest, as we don't want to draw any unwanted attention.
We're not going to be there for long. It shouldn't be a problem.
I'm just still like no meat. Like I'm just like that's in my head. No meat.
You took down a whole ass kangaroo and we just have to like not eat it.
Yeah, no, that
Not take it.
Well, we've got until midday tomorrow for you to eat as much as you can.
How about can we eat in secrecy?
I would dare
Like-
not.
Sandwiches. They won't even know what's in them. I could just say that it's like
It's a plant bread.
it's a plant-based sandwich of some sort.
For the
I don't have the bread, but we can make it work.
for your own sake and for the fact that you're asking these people for assistance, I would say that you shouldn't.
Okay, so now, this is just one question. Can I leave the place and then go hunt, eat, and then come back in?
Well,
Like,
You
there's
can-
no rules against that.
no rules.
You thought I was gonna say.
That's fine, except for the fact that once we hit the mushroom ring for the
Damn, I
lunar elves,
forgot.
we're a day or two away from the outside.
Okay,
Dude, it's just going to be like, at most, 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
It's,
Okay.
it's nothing. We're going to be out and
the
about in
food
the world.
we have in there is beautiful. Don't worry.
As long as you can promise that I am eating, I'm okay with that.
You will be eating.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what that matters.
I'll try my best, and we'll go with that. If the food's good, I'll cope with it.
Speaking of good food, what's the alcohol like?
The wood elves don't partake in alcohol
Pussies.
as much as the lunar elves do. The lunar elves, we make our own wines from the elderberries that we grow in plentiful. We also have mind-altering mushrooms that the lunar elves are quite famous for.
Very much Zio real quick.
The wood elves are a little bit more conservative when it comes to these things, as they are tasked with the defense of the great forest. The soul elves partake in ceremonies, and the I'm not too sure what the sea elves, aqua elves, do actually. they're a little bit more isolated than the rest of us.
Do they eat the sea elves? Do they eat fish? The aqua elves? The water elves? The water people?
I'm not too sure.
Like,
Most of us can't spend any more than 20 minutes with them. They usually dive too deep for us to be able to.
I thought you were going to say they die.
No, they die. Damn, that life cycle.
They
irritating,
live
huh?
most of their lives underwater. Most of us elves can't travel to their homes, so they are tasked with the defense of the ocean and our riverways. But
Wait, so they're in charge of defending the ocean. How come they let this boat into our town?
well, they're probably not.
their own territory.
So they're pretty selfish like that. They only protect what's theirs.
They might be the ones to talk to see if they've seen the boat.
Yeah, okay. I mean, look, I'm just really upset that there's boats and shit ruined our town. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. That's enough from Matthias.
And as I said, I guess it's up to you whether or not we head to the matriarch of the Wood Elves to ask for assistance.
Would she even see us? I mean, we're not elves.
I am your chaperone. I've never met her personally, but I have a few friends that should be able to hopefully get us a visitation. Whether or not she'll hear you out is another story. She may feel sympathy for your pleads. As I said, it is rough for the Wood Elves. They don't see eye to eye with many other races. So I guess it's up to you whether or not you'd like to try. Otherwise, we can try and just head straight for the Mushroom Ring.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try.
Couldn't hurt. It's always going to be no if you don't ask.
Exactly. You gotta ask. If you get a no, then you know. But if you don't ask, then you'll never.
But then
know.
again, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I'm kind of conflicted.
Hold on.
Wait, what did I say?
Hold on.
Ask forgiveness than permission? Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't sleep through Bilal's classes?
No?
Am I the only one that actually decided to nap?
We're in school.
It was boring.
How was that boring? It made so much sense the entire time.
He just drones on and on and on. I'm glad he's alive, and like I respect him for being there with my dad. Yeah.
Maybe this is why you are the way you are.
What do you mean? I'm great. I'm fabulous.
I feel like I've gone too far in this conversation. I'm starting to think I should backtrack on my comments before Zyle gets angry at me again.
So
I think,
yes.
yeah, we should see the queen, the mystic, the
matriarch.
She would
The
see
matriarch.
us.
First among equals. It's usually a position reserved for the eldest female of whichever society.
So, are they? Question: is there royalty in this world?
In Siadarin, yes.
Okay.
There's the emperor of the Siadarin Empire, as well as the nobles of both Diadus as well as the Siadarin territories.
And we would, because we had a mayor,
You had a mayor, yes.
but they're not really nobility per se.
Not
are they?
nobility. I mean, like, there's kind of like, I mean, I guess mayors would be low nobles, like from minor houses. The major houses are sort of your more like your lords and your ladies.
So, which one would we have fallen under?
You would have fallen underneath the Siadarin kingdom, but because Traders Cove was so far removed, they didn't have much influence over you, other than whichever mayor was appointed to keep Traders Cove operational.
Okay, so we would have fallen under like whoever was situated in Grenford, or
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Grenford being the capital, they sort of that's where most of the nobility is kept.
would we know who is specifically whose jurisdiction that we would have fallen under in Traders Cove?
Again, you
Secret
guys,
society, what the fuck?
you guys were so far removed, and because there was really no influence of that sort of stuff, you didn't really care. I mean, it sort of took you a little while to get used to whichever new mayor was taking over, which was every 10 years, I think.
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, because the mayor's been going on 7 years.
Yeah.
It was 10 years.
Yeah, so every 10 years you get a new mare. It takes a little bit of time to get used to them.
Takes
and
about
for them
7
to
years.
learn your own way of life, because it is sort of quite a bit different to the Siadarin territory. But yeah, you guys don't care. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't influence your way of life at all on whoever's sitting on whatever throne.
In saying that, I'm gonna glance over to Ender, Matthias, and Zio, and I say, where we could meet elvish nobility.
Yeah.
We could meet a royal. That's not, the
Lame
like.
ones.
We're gonna meet a royal that's not in charge of us. Do you know how exciting? Like an elvish queen, bro.
Are you reminiscing of a woman at this stage?
Look, I miss Sophia. Okay.
I generally think we've wasted enough time as we are. I think we should try to get to the Lunar Elves into the Mushroom Ring as fast as possible and keep moving further till we actually meet someone of high authority in the actual forest. That could help us. Although we go to the Sea Elves and just ask them questions if they've seen a ship.
We definitely need to go to the Sea Elves because, like you said, Tej, they're at the water. If anyone would have seen a boat, I imagine it would have been them.
Exactly.
I imagine you would be correct.
Yeah, so we have to go there. But how do we organize a meeting with the Sea Elves? The
Well,
Aqua Elves.
Go swimming.
Well, I mean, I know I can swim, but this is waters I'm not familiar with.
If they protect the seas, I'm pretty sure they're going to come up to you if you're swimming in the ocean.
that is
rather
it.
not get a shark come up.
Could
to
you
me first.
imagine how freaky that would be? You just swim and next thing you know, sea elf. Boom. Well, hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, Mr. Choir.
I think we'll figure that out when we get there. Right now, we need to find the fastest way to get in to the forest and so that Tej can guide us through it. I feel like we shouldn't really waste too much time with the Wood Elves. So
I mean, that is fair. That is fair.
we go in, we tell them our business, and we try to proceed further on. Simple as that. We don't try to make friends. We just say, we're here for business. We're here to warn you and move on.
Business, not pleasure, understood.
That's it.
I'm still gonna try and get a garb. I want an outfit. I need new clothes. Look at them, they're tatters. You think we should?
We'll spend a day just relaxing because obviously we've been shopping. I'm saying we're going to be here for most likely, like you said, 3 to 4 days, depending how long it takes to get through all the rings.
How long does it take to go from one side of the Great Forest to the other?
From one side of the Great Forest to the other, you're probably looking at about 7 to 9 days.
Like I said, 3 to 4 days is what
4
I'm.
or 5 days to get to the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's based in the middle?
The base soul elves are based in the center of the forest.
So okay, and from the mushroom circle, the shroom circle, is it just called the mushroom circle?
Well, there is an old tongue name if you want that.
Yes, please.
I feel like at this stage,
Portobello.
Portobello. At this stage, I think we should eat up as much as we can, rest up, and then we quickly hit the outer ring.
So the mushroom ring in Old Tongue is called Stuk Overg.
As we continue standing around talking, I'll lean over to Oscar and be like, "What do you mean you missed the touch of a woman?"
What? That's not what I said.
You said you missed the touch. Like, conversation was, you just want to see the olden lady. Do you miss the women? And then you said something like, "I miss the touch."
I miss Sophia.
Oh, you missed Sophia. I thought you said like you missed the feel.
I mean that too.
Anyway,
I miss being the little spoon.
that conversation happened. I was like, "What do you mean I don't get it?"
Oh, we know. We know. We know you don't get it.
For context, Daniel is the only father in this table.
yeah.
That is so
That we know of.
Got him.
And I guess with that, unless you've got any further questions for Tej. No? All right. So we'll go for our 10-minute break, and we'll go for our break, and we'll go for a little bit of a time skip in game as well. And we will be back in 5 minutes.
10-minute break in 5 minutes. That's how efficient we are.
Sometime.
Double time. Wish I was on double time.
I wish I was on top.
right. Welcome back. So, we're doing a bit of a time jump. So you've had your breakfast, and then you would have traveled a little bit further, had that night, and then we're going to pick it up again the next morning. So it is now the
25th.
25th.
What's the weather looking like?
6.
Probably about 0. I'm going to say 800.
8 a.m.
It's a bit different to the weather.
So in the weather-wise...
21 degrees, partly cloudy with 20% chance of rain. You know, 20% chance of rain isn't 20% chance of rain.
That's 20%.
20% of the area covered
Will experience.
could experience rain.
Okay, I did not know that.
So this morning, it was a very nice clear night. Waking up, a bit more of a cloud cover today. A little bit cooler, but very, very humid. You can see right now it's sort of sprinkling with some with the sun sort of breaking through some of the cloud cover. It's not
It's a golden
completely
shower.
overcast, golden sun showers. But there is some very dark clouds to your
Storms are brewing.
northeast.
It's behind us.
Yep.
Shit, I hope everyone made it to Grenford okay, because that looks unpleasant.
Grenford.
Brentford was the shorter distance.
Oh,
They would have made it
I-
like
I-
5 days before we even got here.
I point to the cloud cover, Zyra. I said, if they're walking out on the road in that would suck.
Yeah, feels bad. Scoreboard.
So yes, you're walking across. Tej, again, similar position as he usually travels. You didn't actually have. Oh, hello, Frank XD787. Hello. Thank you for the chat.
What up, Frank?
So as you're traveling, like I said, Tej is usually in sort of like front left position. The sprinkling of the rain doesn't really bother him, and the showers are on and off all morning. You didn't actually train this morning. He forewent.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, if that's a word.
He
He
didn't do
forewent
It is now.
that training and sort of got you guys onto the road a little bit early. You've noticed over the past half an hour to an hour a gigantic tree line basically stretching all the way as far as you can see from the left to all the way you can see from the right. Actually, it would have been a little bit... Oh, my hand's right in the camera. Sorry about that. So you're... so actually, you probably would have seen a little bit earlier than that. The last couple of hours, at the very least, you sort of notice this massive tree line starting to loom. And as you're getting closer and closer and closer, they're getting a lot bigger, these trees, than what you initially thought they were. Usually... the big trees around your place are like eucalyptus trees and that sort of stuff, stretching up to about 10 to 12 meters. These are looking...
Big
Are they like wider than the houses in Traders Cove?
These trees in front of you.
Are we talking like Attack on Titan forest style?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, damn.
So these trees are growing up to about 300 feet.
Holy fuck!
So
shit.
about 100 meters.
That's
Big redwoods, huh?
big redwoods is far beyond
They're
it.
a variety of trees. They're not all big, thick oak trees like redwood or anything like that. Some of them are sort of like almost just enlarged eucalyptus trees. Wood from all different types of colors, dark browns, light grays, kind of everything. But yeah, they're all stretching to be at about 100 meters tall.
I glance over.
Yeah. Sorry, Frank. I did notice that I was covering the cam there.
I look over to the boys, and with my tongue out, just to try and catch as much rain as I can, I go, You don't think that these plants are suffering from the same whatever that makes the animals big? Like, remember that giant cassowary and how fucking huge that was? You don't think... And I point at the forest.
Maybe something's in the water.
I stop drinking the rain.
I think just give it over time, evolution does its own thing, and
I think that's to reference Lord of the Rings. I think that's what happens to Fangorn Forest.
yeah,
There's like magic. in
there's
the water.
something in the water.
In
Yeah,
the extended edition, Merry and Pippin drink water from Fangorn. They actually grow.
Yeah,
a few
slightly
inches
taller.
Anyway,
Nerds, what the fuck?
I thought because
playing D&D.
Yeah,
nerds.
fucking lame ass.
Anyway, sorry about that. A little bit of information there.
do we see anything further into the? Is it that thick that we?
You're still
can't
quite
see?
a way away from the forest line. You're probably like a mile.
Okay, I kind of look at Tej and I'm like, so how do we know when they like? How do we know when meant to meet with the wood elves? Like, where do they stand? Do they have like a gauge of entry, or do they just spot us?
Actually, everyone here roll a perception check.
Fucker.
Shouldn't
have said
While he
anything.
says that, Tej is kind of like, I can almost guarantee you, young sir, they most likely know that we're already here. What will your roll?
I rolled a 15.
15.
I also rolled a 15.
I had to be different. I rolled a nat 20.
Wow. Okay, that's still good. That's still good.
I got 12 plus.
3 15s.
Yeah, I rolled a 12 plus 3.
14 plus 1.
Same.
All right, so as you're as you're walking closer to the Great Forest again, these trees are starting to loom up to you. You're probably 3/4 mile away from the trees now. You three start to notice things moving in your peripherals, but as soon as you're able to sort of look towards that area, you don't see anything. This happens multiple times. But you never really catch anything. But you can sort of you start to feel like you're being watched. Matthias, somehow having fucking perception of a god here. As you're walking, you start to notice the same sort of thing. You sort of, walking down, you might be distracted by something you sort of notice as you twist your head. However, you do see what's moving in the shadows. And as you turn, you can see a piece of the earth lifted up. And in it, you can see like 8 or 9 eyes staring back at you.
What?
They're glinting out of the sun. You can't see, actually, in your dark vision, you can see the outline of a spider's face. As soon as it sees you looking at it, it quickly ducks under. The earth tips up, and you can't even notice where the trapdoor may have been.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is that?
Seeing that, I freeze in place. Freeze in place with my hands out, attempting to hold up, guys. Did you see that?
See what?
What are you on about?
In the ground. Right there.
What, ants?
No, not ants. Bigger than that. Dozen eyes.
Dozen eyes.
In the ground.
Bull ants? Oh, wait, more eyes.
No, dozen eyes. A dozen.
Dozen eyes.
That's a dozen
What-
eyes.
I don't know.
Shit, I didn't
ants.
fucking count.
What has a dozen eyes? 6 ants. I mean, you're not fucking wrong.
Yep, that was it. That's what I saw. The fucking shit.
Do you know what color it was?
No, it's pretty dark, grey.
So it must have been 6 ants, bro.
Are you sure you saw it?
No, I'm like 90% sure I saw a
90%.
spider.
Spider?
Yeah.
Oh, spiders are fine, man.
Nah, this one's pretty big.
Big. Like, how big are we talking? Are we talking, like hand size? Like a big huntsman?
How big are we talking?
The head was
Amazing.
larger than a human's head.
It's a big ass abdomen.
So
Nah, I call.
Legs spread out with its head, legs spread out. We're talking this.
Nah.
nah.
You're telling a lie, man.
I feel like
Hey,
it,
I
it,
saw it.
it was
you
a
didn't.
it was a shadow with a bit of the sunlight. It had to have been that.
Like spider. I mean, to be fair, cassowaries don't get as big as what we saw.
That is true. I've never
And
seen
these
anything.
trees are massive. So
The head would have been about yay big.
a little bit
Yeah, and I'm
bigger than
saying-
A
a
little bit
human.
bigger than a fucking
your
head.
legs.
I said bigger than a human head. So
That is-
about twice as
That is a horrible gauge.
Twice. That looks like 3 to 4 times.
not twice
Yeah,
as large.
twice of your head.
Kind of like
Yeah, your head. Yeah.
that means the spider's like almost the size of this table.
Yeah. So
Fuck that.
I'm gonna like panic and Tej.
He's sort of like, he's not even really paying attention. Yes.
I swear to you, I saw a spider in the ground. It has like a little house. It just closed the door on us.
Oh, yeah, I told you they knew they were here.
They?
The wood elves.
You
Yes.
said elves, not spiders.
Oh, the wood elves, I told you the animals they see is like kin. I forgot. Yeah, they have giant spiders that sort of help them out a bit.
What do they eat?
The spiders?
Yeah.
Elves.
Very myriad of things.
They're not gonna eat us.
They don't
Are
eat. Yeah.
With that, as he's sort of thinking, you notice sort of on the both sides of you, quickly these trap doors open up, and I base these off the Sydney funnel web spider.
Oh, you little fuck.
So yeah, imagine these massive spiders. They're probably, since you've sort of brought the table, it's sort of about yay high. Their legs are probably bigger, like spread out bigger than this room. But obviously they are using them to walk. Massive mandibles, furry on their abdomen.
They're not cute.
They're
I
not.
don't know if you've seen a Sydney funnel.
Yeah,
they are
they're
not
definitely
cute
not
spiders.
They're pretty intimidating, and they're definitely being large.
Bro, they're intimidating when they're this big.
Yeah, and I think they're very poisonous. I'm pretty sure.
The most venomous
Yeah.
spider.
Venomous.
Yeah.
That ain't cute.
And
That is
they're-
not cute.
Oh yeah, they look like they have latex fucking
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah. So yeah, they're pretty big. Abdomens, like
Brother, I've
pretty
seen
big.
them. Gross.
And their abdomen, thorax.
Uh,
I remember spider. Is there thorax?
I think it's thorax and then abdomen.
thorax and their abdomen.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
big bulbous thing.
Yeah,
abdomen's
that's
big
it.
bulb.
The abdomen's massive. Thorax is nice and furry. These spiders push up their trap door with ease. On top of each spider, there's 4 of them in total. On top of each spider, you've got 2 men and 2 women wood elves. They're both, all of them are wearing very similar garb, sort of like leather type armor on top. They're all holding bows. They have very dark, not like black, but like very coppery skin. I think sort of like almost South American complexion. They all have very dark brown hair. Some of them are sort of like almost reddish, not as red as yours, but sort of like when your hair touches the sun, a little bit
okay.
kind of reddish like that.
Mine's pale red, so.
Yeah. So not that pale, but it's all sort of dark colors. All of them are wearing very dark leathers or some type of fibrous pants. Nothing flowy to catch the trees or whatever like that.
How fashionable is the armor?
The it's, I mean, in sort of the wood elf fashion, it's delicate. It looks quite light.
It's
I mean, it
untrained
looks
eye.
nice. It looks nice.
That's all I need to know. Thank you.
You can't really base it off a lot from what you've already seen, but like in the past you might have seen some armors, that sort of stuff that the taxmen bring down, and that's more practical, where this is kind of like a mix between the fashion and like elegance, as well as it looks quite sturdy. It looks like it's going to protect them. Anyway,
Oscar's original reaction to these giant funnel webs is fear. And then
Understandable.
glancing around, trying to observe as much of his surroundings as possible, looking for a possible escape route if the need is there, knowing damn well that you probably can't outrun them, but still planning any sort of, I guess, getaway option. Catches a glimpse of the armor and immediately turns over, observes the female elves,
Oh my
Can't help
fucking god.
and the inner simp begins to build up. And once again, he swears
lady.
internally he is getting a moon elf garb before he leaves this forest.
I don't even know if I should slap him at this stage if he's eyeing another girl at this point. Oh
It's not like, oh, I can't wait.
no!
It's more like she is gorgeous. What she's wearing is great. I want the men's version. And then I glance at the men's and go, I won't get that exact one, but I'm getting one.
So yeah, and again, they're wearing very much the same thing. And upon looking at both the male and the female wood elves, they're pretty much as pretty as each other. The men are very good looking, very hairless other than the hair on their head. All their hair is sort of in the same sort of like similar braid type thing. I mean, the women are just exquisite compared to, you know, a lot of the women that you've seen.
Sapphire.
Bullshit.
But yeah, the men are just as equivalently good looking. You've sort of noticed Tej. I mean, like all wood elves are very all elves are very slender. Well, the lunar elves, at least you've seen, are very slender and well built. But the wood elves, from the exposed biceps or maybe the odd abdomen that you see, they are pretty much like, imagine like track and field athletic type builds. You know, they're very muscular.
Sally Pearson.
Who?
The runner.
Middler.
I don't know.
Yeah, that chick.
But yeah,
Nerds, huh?
but they're very athletic. You know, both male and female. You know, a couple of the abdomens that are shown. You know, you can see abs pulling through the skin. Quite not like super veiny, but like, you know, you can still see veins rippling across the arms or whatnot like that. They very quickly encircle you on top of their spiders, and very quickly, Tej seems unfazed. By the way, Tej is quite calm over the whole thing.
Imagine shooting a man.
I guess I'll like try to follow Tej's lead and try not to act too like surprised, just kind of
Roll
like
a performance check.
I fucking hate you.
My hands are up in
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I have to perform if my hands are shooting in the sky?
It's just straight up.
And if you're trying to pretend that you actually, everyone roll a Constitution saving throw.
Constitutional performance. Which one do you want?
What am I in my car?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
The thing, no. I think that's a low roll for me.
21.
21,
16.
16,
8.
8.
13.
Okay, so you two you aren't frightened, but you're fucking scared shitless.
Makes sense. Yep. Big ass spiders.
You're able to keep the stoicism a little bit. You're able to sort of, you're definitely worried, but you're not sort of shitting your pants worried.
What?
And somehow you are, you've obviously seen Tej. You're remaining calm enough. I mean, you're still obviously concerned that there are fucking gigantic spiders around you, but you're definitely not letting it show through. With that, Tej somehow, you don't know if he's approaching the leader, but he approaches one of the females, and he touches his forehead and bows down, sort of leaving his arm open wide while also covering his chest, and he says, "Commu, sisteris."
Want to have a chat, love?
And the female elf then bows back to him almost gracefully, but obviously a little bit more awkwardly since she's sitting down on the spider, and she says, "Commu therob." And with that, she looks towards you, and her eyes very quickly notice as her eyes sort of travel from a lunar elf to you guys, are almost like, kind of like, you seem like what? There's like an owl that like looks very cute usually, and then it goes into like hunting mode and like brings its forehead down.
Yeah.
I'm used to racism, it's fine.
As her eyes sort of shift to you, you notice that the eyes are like a bright emerald green. They're almost luminescent in the sun.
He's simping.
The eyes are also not circular, but they're elongated, much like yours during the daytime.
Can I try and copy Tej's bow? Just as an attempt out of respect.
Roll a performance check.
The moment you do it, I am following your lead.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
Performance, you say? Ooh, that's not good.
He's making a fool out of us.
I got 1.
You got a 1.
Yeah.
Not a natty 1.
No, -1.
Dirty one.
Dirty one. So as you sort of bow down, you lose your balance. You're also bowing towards like one in the back instead of the one that Tej. And as you bow down, your bare cheeks.
Oh no!
You're still not wearing pants. Your bare cheeks point towards
Oh no!
the somewhat leader elf in this group. Her eyes somehow furrow deeper. You don't see it, but
I instantly like step in front of it. I'm like, I apologize for our friend if she hopefully understands common tongue.
It's okay. I'm just my greetings to you.
No. I look at them like, put some pants on. This is a really bad scene.
Oh shit. They're in my bag.
Pull them out. Put them on.
I don't want to. They'll shoot me. He's got a gun.
their bows are not at the ready.
Okay.
So, okay, how about put the bag down slowly and just...
I'm just gonna put my pants on.
He's just putting his pants on. We do apologize. We've been on the road for quite a while. I kind of like tell Tej, like, Tej. Like, kind of lead him towards me.
Tej comes over to you.
He's like, okay, so you didn't tell us the process of what we do from this point on.
Yeah, I did.
When? Wait, like, do we just walk in? They're looking at us furiously. Like,
Maybe I managed that. Just chill.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna brief us before we got to the forest.
Is
So,
it-
like right there, like as we step in, this is what we do from now.
Don't worry about it.
I don't have my pants on, brother.
I have a question.
Are you
I
talking
address that
the-
to everyone.
Okay.
Who would we speak to track a ship that stole people from our village?
None of the wood elves answered. I mean, again, they're sort of looking at you in the same sort of angry type fashion. Not angry, but it's hard to explain. It's not a welcoming look.
I glance at the one that Tej greeted. I glance at the others, and I do like a full slow turn circle as I continue to speak. We're looking for, I guess you could call them raiders or slavers, or I don't know the right words to describe them, murderers. They attacked our village at Trader's Cove. They took our loved ones. They killed our loved ones, and we just want to know where they went. We're tracking them to hopefully put an end to that sort of thing ever repeating. I know it's ambitious of us because we number 4, but you know, it feels like it's something we can't ignore. And Tej was kind enough to lead us here. And glancing back at the one he greeted, I say, we were hoping that we could, I guess, resupply ourselves and continue on our venture, but also speak to the Aqua Elves, because as I understand, they're the ones who protect the waters, and if anyone would have seen the ship in question, it would likely be them.
I kind of pause in there. I'm like, I don't think we should be asking too much right now. I think we need to first...
I think we need to be transparent.
We need to gain their respect so then we can move on. Right now, you're asking so much from them that they
I've
probably...
literally asked for nothing except directions.
That's the problem.
Too
We
much,
can't just
too much.
enter the forest just
We
like
haven't
that.
even entered the forest yet.
That's the problem. Tej even mentioned we have to get friendly with them before they can lead us through.
How far are we from the tree line?
From the tree line, about half a mile, so about a kilometer.
No. Okay. Right. I thought we were on the edge, and they were just chilling.
I say in their native tongue, I say friend.
Okay.
And like trying to like say like friend. And then I go to Tej, I'm like, can you like help us so we can move on? Is this like an immigration checkpoint? How do we get in?
Immigration passport, please.
Passport, please. Like
Did you
damn,
pack
what
this
do
bag yourself?
like do we get checked? What do they want from us?
So are you putting on your pants during all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, Jesus
So
Christ.
sort of by the end of Oscar's speech, he's Matthias, I would assume, probably has his pants on right now.
It's a bold assumption.
Tej then turns towards the rest of the wood elves, and he sort of says, "Forgive me for speaking in the common tongue, but I would like to, for the sake of our friends here, we would like permission to enter the Great Forest, please. We would like to hopefully speak with the matriarch, Olivia, if that is beneficial to both of us." And with that, the wood elves sort of look towards Tej and say, "You realize you have filth with you, brother."
Is that in the common tongue?
In common.
Oh shit. Okay, that's gonna annoy someone. I know.
I immediately. There.
Is there a place to bathe before we come in?
She shoots you a very, very piercing. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna like shrug my shoulders and then like kick my shield up type thing. Intimidation. tactics.
Brother.
You're intimidated.
Rolled
You're
off a
not-
19.
You're not frightened, but like just the stare, it reminds you of getting in trouble when you're younger, and your dad just, being disappointed in you, which a familiar feeling, unfortunately.
I kind of look at her because I know she's getting really annoyed. I'm like, I do apologize for our presentation and not having you aware of our presence when we first arrived. It's just we've been on the road for quite a while now, 20 plus days with Tej, and there's no other way in putting it, but we really need your help. And Tej knew that, well, Tej told us that you would be able to help us, and that's why we're here. Again, we are happy to be of any service as of this stage, just so that we can get some questions answered.
With that, she looks back to Tej and says, "It took you 20 days to reach the Great Forest."
We're new to this. Our village got raided, and we've never been out in the world, and this is our first time.
Like, look at my boots.
Yeah, look
They
at us.
don't look at your boot.
I don't think
Like
they're
our
calling us filth because of the clothes we wear.
Yeah,
So you're fucking retarded.
I understand that there may be some discrimination between us. I don't understand the history behind it, but we mean no harm. We just simply want to just speak to someone that can just answer our questions. That is all. And once that's done, we'll be out of your way.
Bunch of dick riders. Fuck me.
Again, only addressing Tej, the lead elf says, "Of course, you're more than welcome as long as you're chaperoning these guests of yours, Tej." With that, Tej says, "Of course, they'll be under my watchful eye. We only ask safe passage." With that, a couple of the 3 out of 4 of the spiders back off, and they open up their trap doors and re-enter. The lead elf, the female wood elf that was with you, begins to lead you towards the Great Forest, and you all.
I do the same thing, but thank you for safe passage.
Roll.
Please don't make it awkward than it is.
What is it?
It's a fuck. I can't. You're a fucking dick.
Only seeing Tej do it once.
Oh.
You're not too sure on the hand placement. You might go too high. You might go too low. You're not too sure. You do a rough guesstimation of it. She pays you no more.
Okay, thank fuck. Oh my god. Okay.
It's because you had pants on this time.
Ah.
I had the wrong foot off at the start.
Oscar's going to address Matthias really quick and go, "Hey, do you reckon those trapdoors lead to like underground tunnels?"
Like Matthias has just instantly gone to shit. That's fucking amazing. Yeah, like
That's a really good defense system. Now I think, if Crater's Cove had something like that, we could like flood underground.
Recognise we should have. That's a good idea. Who needs cannons when you can have underground passages? Yeah,
This is really
that's spot on. What are we even doing here? We just build tunnels underground back at home.
No, because we don't have people at home that were taken. That's why we're here. We're going.
Oh.
Like, did you forget the whole? Like, your mum's still missing. She's probably on that boat.
Well, yeah, I knew that.
As you
It's always an awkward chat with Matthias.
as you reach the edge of the Great Forest, looking into it is it's all very dark within the forest. The canopy. The canopy above.
I have dark vision.
The canopy above shades nearly all light, filtering down to the forest floor. The female elf in front of you, upon her spider, navigates you through twists and turns, and the part. It doesn't look like she's taking you through a specific, well-worn path, but she quickly yells out to you as you're about to enter the forest. Children, stay directly behind, please.
Children.
No, that's fair. I follow.
The children have left to the other town.
Oh my god.
We ain't got kids.
It's just us.
Tej looks behind.
Yeah, okay. Like, now, Tej, do we like? I kind of whisper, like, do we speak when spoken to, or can we speak freely? Because I don't want to like make it awkward or make it really weird for us while we're here.
The warrior class of the Wood Elves are very strict. I would speak when
Douchebag.
spoken to.
Okay.
Wait until we get to the proper living areas.
Yeah, see, I'm already following her, and I am starting my questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the order goes: the female Wood Elf, Oscar, Tej, and then everybody else. But yes, you're snaking behind. What would you like to start?
So, we don't have a lot of information back at home of the Great Forest. I was just wondering, like, how long has the Elvish circles existed? Like, you would have, like, your culture would have experienced a lot of history, and I'm pretty interested in that sort of stuff.
This bitch does not want to talk to him.
She doesn't look like she's listening at first, but once you sort of mention the Great Forest and that sort of stuff, it's almost, I'm imagining it kind of like when someone does a math equation wrong and Sheldon just like feels like he has to fix it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you're asking a question, you're obviously naive, and she feels like she has to correct you.
It's seen as though we're children in her eyes.
Yeah. So, again, she doesn't look like she's sort of paying attention to you at first, but her ears begin to twitch as you are speaking to her, and she sort of... it's quite hard to see her face properly, but she sort of turns her head towards you while she's riding Spiderback.
I forgot that thing was there.
At the back of the spider, you can see the area in which it creates its web, because they're not what's it called, tree webbers. It's very sticky. It's moist. It's got two sort of like prongs coming. It's not a pretty sight, but that's
Smell
kind
like.
So it's what?
I look at Matthias. Which one's worse?
Smell like? Bro.
I reckon a spider that big in close proximity, you'd smell it.
It has a earthy smell reminiscent of...
Freshly cut grass.
Brown onions.
Brown onions. That's really specific.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say.
You
Yeah, brown
mother-
onions.
Earthy brown onions. All
I'll be
right.
stiffing spiders in my time.
I mean, it doesn't make you cry or tear up, but
We're not slicing it.
it's a very earthy smell.
Considering the Wood Elf's relationships with animals, I reckon if you did cut one of these funnel web spiders, there would be tears.
Oh,
Well, yes.
Not here to fuck
So,
spiders.
sorry, now that I've gotten onto a tangent, what was your question again?
So I wanted to know more about the history of the Great Forest because we don't have a lot of it, and given that elves are long-lived and have, from Oscar's understanding, been a long-established culture and civilization within the Great Forest and their circles, he's basically querying on how much, I guess, the Great Circles have witnessed or experienced throughout time. Because the only thing Oscar really cared about during Bilal's classes was when it was about the council.
Okay.
So he's trying to gauge how much of the histories that he knows from reading books is accurate to the world around him. So throughout the journey, that's what he's
Yep.
following up on.
So she turns to you and says, Arachnophobia was the youngest of the great forests to exist within Siadarin. The other forest existed long before. Arachnophobia was built out of necessity after the foul races among the borders decided to war with each other for 1,000 years.
Here we go.
Okay, that definitely wasn't in the books at home.
I want it to be known that every time she makes eye contact with me, I stare back with the same furrowed brow, and I don't break the eye contact
Oh
either.
my god.
Interesting, good to know.
Just her.
I'm literally surrounded by children.
So of the circles, Tej was gracious enough to inform us beforehand, but you have the mushroom circle where the lunar elves reside, and I guess I was just curious. The mushroom circle would have mushrooms grow there, right?
She sort of says,
No.
I need multiple tabs open on this. She says to you, the mushroom circle is such a filthy way to describe such a place. The Stook of Verg is a beautiful, beautiful paradise for those who maybe want to break away from the sunlit realms. But yes, she sort of sighs and says, yes, there are many species of mushrooms. It is the agriculture center of our forest.
Okay, and glancing at the giant spider walking in front of me and taking notice of its legs moving independently, Oscar goes, so are all the animals in this forest, like are all the plants and animals here big? Like bigger than outside the forest?
Again, she lets out an exasperated sigh. There are many species of animals and plants. Some are big, some are small. I don't know what to...
As she, I can see that she's getting annoyed. I pass Tej and I'm like, I do apologize for our friend. He's quite interested in this new landscape and he is a bit of a loudmouth. But again, we're just trying to understand what's the do's, what's the don'ts of this great forest of yours. We're just wanting to just have safe passage, like I said. We're not trying to cause trouble.
She doesn't say it. She sort of like looks at you and looks back forward and continues leading you towards...
She doesn't care.
She
She
care.
doesn't care.
I'm just trying to keep us out of trouble. God damn it.
Yeah, well, she's gonna cash these hands in a minute.
Hey, Tej, what is the council worshipped in this forest?
Worshipped, yes, but more on the site of kin rather than overlords.
Okay.
We don't hold them in such reverence.
These guys, man, these guys think they're hot shit.
We believe that the multitude of elf races were direct descendants of the Ancient Ones. The first to receive consciousness of the gods.
Matthias is going to spurt out. He's going to ask this question. How do I word it the way he would? Why do you use bows and arrows instead of magic?
Whoa.
With that, the female elf quickly stares back at you, but very quickly shifts her gaze towards Tej. In old tongue that you don't recognize.
I've read it in a book. Shit,
And
Ted's in trouble.
Tej and this female elf quickly have a conversation that seems quite bitey. Tej goes red in the face and doesn't look ashamed per se, but avoids eye contact as the female wood elf looks forward again. Communication promptly cut. Tej looks towards you and says, keep that on the down low for the time being, please.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to intrude. I was just
Not many
wondering.
outsiders know of the abilities, and we try and keep it as sacred as possible.
Oh, okay, shoot. All right, well, when can I ask the question again?
Maybe once I've explained the situation.
Look, it's going to be eat me up all day. Just give me something, a quick rundown. Give me a bone. I'm dying out here.
The outer rings, especially the warrior class, don't use magic a lot due to the fact of they interact with other races more commonly than others.
Okay,
If they use magic, then a lot of people would know that we have magic.
Okay, so it'll be more
use.
common the further inside we get.
A lot more common.
Okay, cool. All right, that's it. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm satisfied.
Just calm.
That's all you had to say.
He doesn't look back. With that, after probably about an hour or so, 2 hours, walking inside the Great Forest, again, keeping on track behind the female wood elf, you come into, it's not exactly an opening, but a small area where the trees are a little bit more evenly spaced out. The trees here are getting a little bit thicker now, rising up to 150, nearly 200 feet in height. Oh, sorry, no.
They were starting
Higher
up.
than that. Sorry, 350.
Yeah, I was going to say,
400.
like, damn, they're getting smaller.
Yeah, sorry. So about 400 feet in height. So you're about 150, nearly 200 meters tall. The trunks here are getting big enough that they're pretty much as big as houses at the base.
Damn.
Before you know it, you can start to see other wood elves walking around, the same coppery type skin. However, these ones are usually having their hair a little open, flowing. They're wearing more flowy sort of. It's not the same garb that the lunar elves wear. It's more of like a blouse and pants type situation. Long coattails hanging from their shirts. A bit more flowy. Lots of greens and browns.
Greens, you say?
Greens and browns.
Green with pale red will go nice.
Greens and browns. Undershirts vary from like a creamy off-white color to, again, the same sort of like greeny browns. Lots of flesh is exposed. You notice that quite a bit. Pretty much all wood elves have the same athletic build, but you see a lot more both men and women sort of sporting nearly like crop top type upper body garments.
Just the vital areas, protected.
Yeah, I mean, it's not armor. This is very casual clothing.
Gym attire.
Yeah, very, yeah. I mean...
Sweatpant weather.
Sweatpant weather.
And again, most of the both males and females you see are almost equally as beautiful as each other. You wouldn't say handsome. You'd say, like, very delicate features, but also sporting that sort of musculature. You can see stairs that seem to lead underground. Shop fronts are sort of almost like grown out of the tree roots themselves, rather than built. And it's hard to even say shop fronts or homes really, but they're sort of all encapsulated in the tree roots themselves. There's no glass or anything extravagant like that. You can see multiple passages, like I said, leading underground. You can see many more spiders with and without riders moving around, which are kind of just accepted here. They're,
So the only ones who are like glancing at the spiders nervously are us.
Yes, yeah. Nobody pays them any mind. You see the odd other creature around, maybe a giant echidna. You see, a few other sort of like, a couple of mobs of kangaroos go through. It's not heavily populated by people, but very heavily populated by all manner of creatures. And with that, the female wood elf quickly pulls Tej up and says a few things before she wanders off. If there was anything you wanted to say to her before.
Thank you. But I say that in the old song. I say, unsit.
Hey.
She almost subconsciously, out of habit, tips her head as she hears that and wanders off.
I thought she liked me.
I generally thought she saw you as a pain in the ass. But
I am a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
People who call me that like me.
She likes this pain in the ass.
Yeah.
What?
Do have a
Oh,
point.
hold on, pause.
And with that, Tej says to you, and he says, all right, if we want to see the matriarch, we're going to have to get cleaned up. The whales have given us permission to use the baths, so that's where we're headed next.
So
we
keen for
have
that.
clean clothes.
We can organize some clothes, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
We are going, like I said, matriarch isn't nobility per se, but utmost respect and appearance must be shown when presented to her.
100%. We feel you, Tej.
I'm gonna come out looking drippy as fuck.
And with that, we will end the session.
Oh, okay.
You go. Good.
So, we will quickly say thank you for everyone who wanted to show up. Thank you, Frank, for being our first time chat. And we will quickly move into our 20 for 20s talk show. We'll quickly talk about the show and we will end it there. So we'll be quiet. Welcome back to the 20 for 20s